A tire is a cylindrical shaped object which is made up of rubber, wire, and oil and fabric. It is fitted on a vehicle and it keeps the vehicle rolling once there's air in the tire. There are basically two types of tires: pneumatic, which uses air, and solid, which doesn't use air.
If the tires are excessively worn, we'll have a condition where the coefficient of friction between the tire and the road surface will be reduced, and that being the case, braking distance will increase.
Sounds pretty scientific, doesn't it? But in simple terms, your safety could largely be determined by how well your tire performs. Hi, I'm Alison. Coming up, more on Tyre Safety and how the authorities are trying to ensure that vehicles are outfitted with the proper ones.
Whether bicycle, bike, car, truck, tractor, trailer, or even an airplane, one thing is common. The sole contact established with the road surface is through the tires, and the condition of that one entity could mean the difference between a smooth ride and...
Never buy a defective tire. Always check the tire to see that if you see any bumps, any scratches, any scrapes, anything that would look as if the tire has been compromised. Also, ensure that you follow the labeling guidelines. If the tread is worn past the level of the indicator, you should change your tires. It is now time to buy a new tire. Also, you need to check on the manufacture date to see that when the tire was manufactured, so you know that you stay within a 6-year period of when you would purchase your tires. Never purchase tires that are not for your vehicle. So you want to purchase a tire that is too big for your vehicle or too small for a vehicle.
Persons can get the correct tire size and air pressure information from their motor vehicle manual or the driver door lock-in panel located at the base of the opening of the driver door.
Ensure that your car is properly aligned and that your tires are balanced so that you will allow for even wear and proper steering.
You balance the tire so that the tire runs smooth. Without balancing, the tire tends to vibrate at different speed and the tire doesn't roll over smoothly. Alignment is very critical because you want your tire to track, right? Some you find a tire pull into one side, your vehicle pull into one side because of lack of alignment. You can find a tire riding up because your front end parts, especially your shocks, are maybe not in order. So it is critical to align the vehicle so you get maximum wear out of your tire.
While it is critical to ensure that tires are in good condition before and during use, persons should also avoid activities that compromise the safety of their tires.
Things such as overloading of vehicles, mixing tires, fitting wheels with improper rims, and not ensuring the correct amount of air is pumped into a tire all impact on its durability.
In underinflation, you will have the outer areas being in contact with the road and not the tread that's in the middle. Now, this is not the proper grip or footprint that you would want to have on the road. So you will have excessive wears on the outer section of the treaded area. Now, in overinflation mode, what would happen is that only the center portion of your tire will be made in contact with the road. So the outer portions here, you will not have in contact with the road. And again, this will decrease the footprint, the amount of footprint that you want your tire to have with the road to give you a safe and proper use. And likewise, in the center, we'll have excessive wear. Now, what you want is for proper inflation that you have a correct grip on the road with the treaded portion making contact with the road.
Right here, between the groove of the tread, is what we call a tread wear indicator. Once here gets down to here, it's time to replace the tire.
Yes, that's right. But for those driving commercial vehicles, there is sometimes an option: retreading.
Retreading is advisable to be used only for commercial purpose, not for passenger purpose. We get a used tire, and what we do what we call an initial inspection. We inspect the tire for flaws, and if we see where the tire is suitable for retreading, we do a process known as buffing, where we remove the outer tread of the tire. Then it goes to another processing known as cementing. If there is need to repair, we do repairing. Then we do what is called stitching, where we apply a layer of pre-cured rubber onto that casing. It goes into a cylindrical chamber for 5 hours at 110 degrees. At the end of the 5 hours, we take it out of the chamber. It cools for about 1 hour and it is ready for the road.
With proper care, retreaded tires can last as long as new ones. There is also an ongoing discussion about a policy on used tires. In the meantime, persons are urged to be extremely vigilant if they choose to make such purchases. The amount of wear on a tire can also be determined by the use of a millimeter ruler. For example, an unused tire usually has approximately 8 millimeters between the height of the treading and the tread wear indicator. Tire safety is a critical issue. So, to complement personal vigilance, there are public bodies to ensure tire care and safety is not taken for granted.
What we do here at the Bureau of Standards, we look at the labeling of the tire as well as general requirements for tread depth. Now, in regards to the labeling, information such as the tire designation number, which you would normally see like 60/175R15, that's the tire designation number, which highlights the tire size. Now, we also check for the inflation pressure, maximum load rating, control for origin, the brand name or manufacturer's name that's on the tire. We have 2 compulsory standards for tires. That is the JS244, which is the standard for pneumatic tires for vehicles for passenger cars. And you have JS269, which gives the requirements for pneumatic tires for vehicles other than passenger cars.
Motorists have to come to grips with the fact that they have a responsibility to ensure the fitness of their vehicles, to ensure the mechanical soundness of their vehicles that are used to ply the roadways. And this is entrenched in law.
And that's what the Island Traffic Authority in the Ministry of Transport and Works hopes to build on through its Operation Fit Vehicle program instituted in January 2009. In partnership with the police and personnel from the Inland Revenue Department, island-wide spot checks of vehicles are carried out at least twice weekly in every parish. The main aim? To catch those who continue to pay little or no regard to keeping their vehicle in roadworthy condition.
What emerges as areas of defects are defective steering, defective brake, defective exhaust system, defective tires. Those 4 in particular seem to be very prominent.
Get this. In 2010 alone, over 37,000 vehicles were inspected. Over 10,000 were found to be defective. That's almost 1/3.
A certificate of defects, E1, is issued upon violation. Its counterpart, E2, a certificate of defects remedied, is issued upon correction of breaches and subsequent to a second vehicle inspection. Sanctions include a fine of $8,000 for any defect and the removal of license plates for serious offenses. With all the emphasis on vigilance and the efforts at enforcement by the various bodies in this and other areas of road safety, stakeholders are hoping they can keep road fatalities at a minimum.
Persons should ensure that they follow the labeling guidelines, that is where load is concerned, where inflation pressure is concerned. Also, persons need to ensure that they check their tread depth so that when the tires are worn to where the indicator is, that they change their tires. Also, persons should ensure that they don't mix and match tires.
Ensure that the tire that you're replacing is the one similar to the one that comes on the vehicle. Ensure that when the tires are fitted, the correct air pressure is in the tire, and By extension, also check your alignment, which is the mechanics of the front end of the vehicle and also the back end of the vehicle, to ensure that they are in good order. And by that, you will extend the life of your tire.
The condition of vehicle tires is important to the safety of all of us. Do you own a vehicle? How well can your tires perform?